How I have a question. Are animated movies dying? So, animated movies, there are two ways people see them. They see them as basically as a bunch of kids' movies that, people are eventually going to go out of, and some people actually see them as genuine good stories. But are animated movies dying? And let's look at the quality of animated movies from 2019 to this year alone. Okay, and the sales that is proceeding because of the perception of modern animated movies. So you have 2019 movies, okay. Let's just go because they actually have box numbers for these movies, you know, as well. So you get the box office of some of these movies. Okay, let's just look at Ugly Dolls. Okay, Ugly Dolls has a 5 out of 10 and no one watched it. It came out a week after Endgame. I don't know. What were they thinking, first of all? We could see a week after Endgame, but, no one watched it. Abominable, despite getting good reviews, no one watched it. It just seems that animated movies are dying, okay? You look at the box office. Fish. Box office. Here, we have got, of 2020, of 2019. Here. And the trend continued into 2020 of animated movies that's completely not doing well. Okay, you had Trolls World Tour do worse than Trolls 1. Let's go back to 2019 because 2019 was a pitiable year for animated movies. Okay, the only animated movies that did well were made by Disney. Okay, the only animated movie that I'm gonna repeat this: the only animated movies that did well had the Disney logo and the Disney brand attached to them. Okay, yeah, okay. I don't know why it won't load. I don't know why the numbers won't load, but let's look at the movies here. Okay, the movies, a lot of animated movies were not selling. Okay, I don't know why Box Office Mojo isn't work. Okay, Box Office Mojo is not working. So I guess I have to do the domestic. So Lion King, yeah, the only ones that were selling are made by Disney. Okay, there was How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World that did well, but and the Lego Movie 2 that actually was a flop and needed to make like $300 million to be successful, and it couldn't even pass $200 million globally. Okay, you got the Lego Movie 2, which didn't do too well. $99 million budget. It needed like 200 to $300 million to make back its money. I think it's around 220 million, but it needed to make $200 million, over $200 million, and it couldn't even do that. Okay, and you have movies like, you know, we go down further. Okay, yeah, the Adams Family did okay, but I think it's because of the quality of animated movies. The quality that they are releasing is the problem. The quality. Okay, let's look at movies like the Emoji Movie. Okay, and Boss Baby. Okay, and movies like that. Okay, that's why people don't want to watch animated movies anymore, because they're low quality movies now. Okay, you have movies like Wonder Park releasing, or sequels that nobody asked for, and of course no one's gonna watch them. Pets 2 did half of Pets 1. Angry Birds Movie 2 did half of Angry Birds Movie 1. Even though the second movie was actually better than the first one. But I think that's because Angry Birds is not that popular, you know, as it used to be anymore. And Ugly Dolls, no one watched Ugly Dolls. No one watched Abominable. Abominable Spies Disguise and Ugly Dolls all flopped. Missing Link flopped. Wonder Park flopped as well. Okay, and rest of them, beside that, were not made by Disney, did far worse than the first movie, than the first entries in the series. And I think, and now we go to 2020. Okay, there's no box office numbers for every single movie, but you know, Onward flopped. Nobody remembers Onward. I don't think anyone really remembers Onward that well. Okay. Trolls World Tour was a disaster. Okay. It did okay, look at the Blu-ray sales compared to Trolls and Trolls World Tour. Trolls did the first one did much better on Blu-ray than the second one. Of course, you can say, but streaming. I mean, that's the big excuse to use for flops like Trolls World Tour and Scoob. It's funny how Scoob was outsold Onward, but again, look at the scores for Scoob. Not many people really like this movie. 5.7 out of 10. Here. And there weren't really many animated movies this year either. Okay, you had like 4 or 5 movies because all the movies were delayed. But then this trend is continuing into 2021. This trend is continuing into 2021. Okay. This trend is continuing into 2021. Not most of the movies have released this out, but the big 2 movies that have released, Raya and the Last Dragon, no one watched. Despite getting glowing reviews because it has Disney's logo plastered all over it, because I wouldn't be surprised if Disney paid them to give the movie good reviews. Okay. But I think it's just a stigma against Disney in general. No one's really care. That's why Mulan flopped. Okay. Mulan didn't do too well. Okay. Disney said that Disney did not release any sales for Mulan. People were saying, oh, but Mulan did so well. Okay. Disney did not release any official sales for Mulan. Okay. Which means they're scared to tell the truth, but nobody watched the movie. Okay. But look at Raya and the Lost Dragon, for example. Okay. The critics, IMDb, which is basically a sales site for Disney at this point, gave it all glowing reviews. Okay, but no one watched it. You know what people did watch? Oh yes, people watched Godzilla. Okay, this movie had a budget of $100 million and only made $91 million. Again, there was all probably Disney Plus sales, but even with Disney Plus, it probably did not make back enough money because nobody wanted to see this. Okay, no one wanted to see this. Okay, and of course the critics loved it. But no one wanted to see it. No one wanted to see the movie. The SpongeBob movie isn't doing too well either. Okay, that also came out on the same week. Okay, Sponge on the Run. Okay, this movie isn't doing too well either. Nobody is watching this movie. No one really cares about this movie either. It has a 6 out of 10 on IMDb. If it was Disney, it would have a 7.5. Don't worry about that. And all the Disney sales would be giving it 10s out of 10s. But, Sponge on the Run, no one cares. No one wants to watch this, okay? If you look at popularity, it's dropped massively, okay? This is a new movie, and its popularity dropped. Okay, then we have Tom and Jerry, okay? Tom and Jerry, okay, the new movie, okay? Oh, yikes. Yikes. This is why people don't like, again, this is a live action animation hybrid. I think this is actually a true animation live action hybrid because it's actually using 2D animated characters. Unlike Sonic, which really looks like any other CGI character put in a movie, this movie actually is a live action animation hybrid. But this movie is so bad that this movie doesn't even get a standard Blu-ray release. They're just throwing it out and just hoping that everybody forgets this movie ever existed. But, this movie, no one cares about this movie. $84 million made? No one wants to see this movie. Okay? And it just shows that no one cares about modern animation. Nobody cares about modern animated movies because they're all the same. Okay? They're not the same as the classics. This is what I'm telling you guys. Okay? For the longest time, it's not the same as the classics. Okay? No one's gonna remember Raya and the Lost Dragon or Sponge on the Run fondly that greatly. Or no one's gonna remember Raya and the Lost Dragon. Okay? I don't think YouTubers are going to be bringing up Raya and the Lost Dragon, except for Disney rankings, because they're all going to forget it exists. Just like Ralph Breaks the Internet. And that movie actually made money. But I think it's the problem is animated movies are just disappointing people nowadays. Okay, Well Breaks the Internet is one example of these types of movies. Animated movies have been disappointing upon disappointing. Okay, Well Breaks the Internet. Okay, this movie came out. Of course, it got glowing reviews by the Disney, fanboys on Rotten Tomatoes. That's what they really are, Disney fanboys. And guess what? It isn't that great. It isn't that great. Well Breaks the Internet isn't that great. If you want to watch a better movie about the internet and video games, well, watch Ready Player One. I know it's not an animated movie, but it's much better than this garbage. Okay, it's not garbage. It's not Captain Marvel, but it's not good either. It's not good or bad. It was just why? It's just why did we need this? Okay, but there's much better movies about the internet. Okay, movies like Ralph Breaks the Internet. Okay, they're gonna show a bunch of kids movies, but we all know which movie I would rather watch than watch Ralph Breaks the Internet. I'd rather watch Ready Player One. Ready Player One is about the same thing. It's about the freaking internet, the freaking internet world. Okay, but it has a much better story, much better characters than this movie. Much memorable story, much memorable characters. And again, this movie, at least they don't ruin the. And again, people say, "But how is Ready Player One more memorable characters?" It's really Disney. Well, they're not memorable because Disney ruined the characters in this movie. Okay. And you can even go back to 2018 animated movies, okay? 2018 animated movies, okay? You can go back all the way to 2018, okay? It's the same thing. Peter Rabbit, people didn't like it. Smallfoot, and again, Peter Rabbit isn't really an animated movie. You know, you know, it's funny how they'll call Peter Rabbit an animated movie, but they won't call Justice League, which practically is obsessed with using CGI. Justice League, constantly uses CGI in its movie, but it's not called an animated movie. Or a lot of the Avengers. Or another example of a lot of CGI being used in the movie is Alita, but that movie is not considered animated, but Peter Rabbit is. Live action animation hybrid. But then you have movies like Smallfoot, Sherlock Gnomes, Early Man. Okay, Incredibles 2, which of course Disney fanboys are defending the land, of course. Well Breaks the Internet as example shown below. And then there's a bunch of other movies that basically became forgotten already. And we have 2017, which released the Dreadful Emoji movie. Okay, the Dreadful Emoji movie. We all remember that? We all remember the Dreadful Emoji movie? We also have the Boss Baby, which is another movie I continue to not like it. It's funny, but it's not really that great. Okay, that great. For that, it was okay. So then we had more movies that nobody needed, like College Free. I watched College Free, really. Despicable Me 3 was the same thing. Really? I keep watching these stupid kids movies. Okay, Smurfs The Lost Village. Cat movie. Okay, I'm not gonna criticize Captain Underpants this time because they literally canceled Captain Underpants for no reason. So we have Nut Job 2. The Lego Batman movie. I have not seen Coco. I know Disney fanboys will rip on me if I even criticize the movie. You had the My Little Pony movie. Yeah, it's like Hollywood just can't think of anything new. And then we have upcoming animated movies for 2021. Okay, what is so enticing about animation in 2021? Okay, besides Tom and Jerry and Raya and the Last Dragon. Okay, here are the big movies. Okay, more unnecessary sequels. You have Peter Rabbit 2. Addams Family 2. Did we just get the first one? We also have another Hotel Transylvania movie. We also have Sing 2. Oh, they bumped up Hotel Transylvania. Good. It's gonna get a lot of views because a lot of people like that series. Hotel Transylvania actually is really popular. I'm not surprised they're still making more because a lot of the people say that all the Hotel Transylvania movies, despite It's like the only series that still manages to hold up despite the countless sequels they're making of it. But again, I think it's gonna be like Ice Age eventually. They're gonna milk that cow dry. But unlike Ice Age, they have actually managed to keep the quality the same. But then we have a second one. Clifford the Big Red Dog. It's like, what is Hollywood thinking of? Okay, Clifford the Big Red Dog. Okay, they were seriously making a movie about Clifford the Big Red Dog. It's just, why is Hollywood just shooting themselves in the foot? We have 2022 animated movies. Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on with that Pixar. We have a budget. They actually delayed that to 2022. Well, we all know the greatest animated movie is coming out in 2022. We have not that disaster. I just find it funny that two of again they're gonna call Sonic an animated movie, even though you know it's more of a, it's more live action with CGI. It's more like just like a modern movie, but because it's geared towards younger audiences, because it's considered live action animation. Oh, they're actually making another Puss in Boots movie. But yeah, Spider-Man Spider-Verse is getting a sequel. What is this movie? Oh, they're making another Jungle Book movie. I'm not gonna see that. I liked the first movie, but yeah, Hollywood is really just running out of ideas. And then we have animated movies of the 2020s, which I think is more better than what Google is saying. We have Ice Age. Didn't they shut down Blue Sky? Gotta see if it's real. They actually are, but only be for Disney Plus. This is why people hate Disney, okay? This is why people hate Disney. They're not gonna release on Blu-ray, but you 2023 Coyote versus Acme. Like, what the hell? They actually delayed Bob's Burgers the movie. Oh god, they're making another Cat Hat movie. Despicable Me 4, Family Guy. What, really? I can't wait. I'm surprised Hollywood has not made a Dragon Ball Z animated movie. Oh yeah, we all know the Peeps movie. They're making a Puff. They're making a Puff the Magic Dragon movie. Like, really? Shrek 5. We all know Shrek 5. That's never gonna release. They're making a Hello Kitty movie, another Lego movie, a Spider Woman movie, a Transformers movie. It's like, what the hell are they coming up with? Okay. We all know the Mario movie too. They forgot about that one. Then we had 2021. Oh, they're making a Die with Wimpy Kid movie. Yeah, like, anyone's excited for that. So yeah, modern animation is dying. Okay, I think the only ones that are really holding modern animation together is Spider-Verse. Okay, that's like one of the only movies that's really holding, and probably most of Pixar's movies as well. And some of Disney's movies. They're like the only ones that are holding animated movies from dying. Okay, and the Hotel Transylvania series. Okay, I just find it funny that Random Last Dragon was outsold by Booney Bears. Yeah, they don't count Tom and Jerry for here. I don't know why. But Google will count Sonic as an animated movie. Even though it's really just like every other movie that they have released with a CGI character in it, like Marvel. Okay, for example, Groot's a CGI character, but it's not. But Guardians of the Galaxy is not called an animated movie. But yep, there we go. That is modern animation for you. Okay, I'm not really excited for most of these movies, modern animated movies, probably besides Spider-Man and Spider-Verse 2. Because everybody kept saying it was so good. So I like, oh, I have to see this. I have to see this. And I saw it. Okay, Spider-Verse was really great. Unlike most modern animated movies, well, they suck. They're garbage. They're trash. I always liked the Angry Birds movie too. That movie was really funny. But I liked the first one. The first Angry Birds movie was very funny. And the critics are actually right about the second Angry Birds movie. I wouldn't be surprised if the second Angry Birds movie becomes under like the most underrated animated movies list or something like that because Angry Birds is not that popular anymore, so of course no one's gonna watch it, you know, as well. But yeah, it was now I just find it funny that the Angry Birds movie too. I consider that movie far better than Ralph Breaks the Internet, a movie that made so much money because it had Disney's logo on it, so it made us so much money. But again, I think the Angry Birds movie too, like for example, or some other movies that came out in 2019, is not. It's more proof that making the most money does not make you a classic in my eyes. Okay, just because a movie makes the most money, because there are 2019 movies, like some of the movies that are the most relevant, like oh yeah, Godzilla. But I'm gonna select the movie that made the most money. Really, Google? You know I'm never gonna like Captain Marvel. I already saw it, and I'm not gonna watch it. Okay, Godzilla. I already seen Godzilla like 2 or 3 times. Top picks for me. Gemini Man. Like you gotta be kidding me, Gemini Man. Okay.